Yeah.
Hi guys, welcome, Scatlink here, and we are off for the 5th anniversary of Undertale. I didn't think I was going to be able to top Toby Fox's own celebrations with info on Deltarune Chapter 2, which right now is only in Japanese, as well as a full-blown orchestra of Undertale itself. And that's pretty huge, but here's the thing. When there was the craze of, you know, World Maker being available in Super Mario Maker 2, as well as everyone trying to remake certain maps in Animal Crossing New Horizons, like, you know, the entirety of A Link to the Past's Hyrule in Animal Crossing, I wanted to make Undertale in 2D in Super Mario Maker 2. But the thing is that I got about halfway, and then I was still busy creating videos and stuff. If you remember, I did a couple of live streams that were not archived making a few of these levels, but when the dates kind of rolled over, I was working on this. I actually managed to finish it just in time. I only developed the last level yesterday, and everything seems hunky-dory. So, what I'm going to do is take you through these, and in the description below will be literally all of the world and course IDs, so you can play this yourself. But things don't look exactly Undertale-ish at the start. So let's start a new game. So welcome to Undertale 2D, effectively, so we're playing as Luigi today. We are actually outside Mount Ebbot. This is the Mount Ebbot map. We'll take the warp pipe to Luigi's little side cottage, I guess. Lives are actually quite plentiful, but you know, the determination, you have many one-ups, pretty much infinite tries, so that's kind of the gimmick there. I fecked that one up. I'm not really the best with that. That looks ugly. I do not want that. But you get what I mean. It's pretty much we're starting off. We're in the overworld. We're not even in the underworld yet. So let's try and make our way up there. Mount Ebbot. So most of it is obviously based off of Undertale. I mean, Mount Ebbot is from Undertale, but we're starting outside Mount Ebbot, so it feels like a traditional Mario level that's just going uphill, effectively, so there's not really much to talk about here, just a bit of creative license. You've got some caves here that are growing moss. They kind of just been abandoned, so no one comes up here, you see. I wonder why. You only climb up Mount Ebbot when you want to die. That's the legend. Actually, we do have a mushroom, so we can do this. Hey. Looks like we can smash a couple of these blocks. Now, we can't get any further, though. There seems to be a little bit of a caving going on here. There we are. Get out of that hole. Oh, looks like there was a bridge here, but the mushrooms have kind of grown through it and smashed it. Thankfully, we are a bouncy plumber from the Mushroom Kingdom, so that doesn't really bother us very well. I have not been able to implement a genocide route. I did. Got a little Mario secret here, about 50 coin here. But yeah, haven't been able to implement a genocide route because you can't put pink coins in enemies. So there's no genocide option for the entire game, effectively. Even though in Mario Maker 1, oh, I didn't mean to do that, but fair enough. We've entered Mount Ebbot interior. But yeah, I couldn't implement, like, because you can't give pink coins to enemies. You can't, I couldn't have split paths, and I did in Mario Maker 1 use the coins to make a genocide route kind of thing. If you kill the enemy, they drop a coin. That's kind of how that is. And that level eventually never got uploaded because it was through the last montage episode of my custom courses. I guess this is technically my custom courses, but it's a custom world. But you get what I mean, the last episode before this, and I never uploaded that. Mainly because Nintendo's moderation on Mario Maker 1 was stupid, and then Mario Maker for 3DS came along, and you can't even share the levels you make. I mean, the whole gimmick was to, like, you know, make levels. And yet you can't share them. It's like, I don't get it. Anyway, we are inside Mount Ebbot right now, and there's a bit of a cave-in that we need to get through. If you messed up with the bomb, there is a hidden P-switch, so you can get rid of the cave-in. And you also get a bit of money if you didn't blow any rocks up. If you're quick enough, you can get under there as well, but if not, there's a Bob-omb right there. We've fallen into the underground. We've fallen through the hole that was sealed away. Oh dear. Is this before Undertale, or before the events of Undertale, or after the events of Undertale? Ah, this is not canon, but this is a canon. That's just me being clever. Well, it's dark and desolate down here. Only 2 buildings. Well, you know what it is. It is the ruins. So yeah, I'm not going to go into the creative side of things. I'm not even going to show a map of Undertale. I'm just going to describe what it all is. So you can see Flowey in the distance in the other room there. And the hole that we just fell through. So I'm just going to jump over you, steal your friendless pets, and give you a taste of your own medicine. Remember that, because that'll be thematic later. That's our first determination spot, but since we're at the start, we've not got any hope yet. So, just a 1-up for now. Just the usual tutorial stuff that Toriel takes you through. When I dodged that frogget there, what this thing over here was the dummy. That was the idea behind that. Oh no! Oh no! I hit the enemy. Luckily I didn't kill him, but the game is warning me. Do not do that! As I just threw a fireball by accident. I did not mean to do that. You throw a fireball when trying to run. Well, that was my bad. So that was the long hallway that Toriel kind of runs away from you. We're getting a bunch of 1-ups because it's the first area. It's going to be generous. It's going to build up your life count a bit. So, this is where you would normally fall down. And then get back up. Because what this room's supposed to be is the room with the frogget and the candy and all that. The rock is already pushed onto the switch, so we don't need to worry about that. Because we're right behind Toriel. I don't know why I did that, because you can just run across the gap in true Mario fashion. This is supposed to be the leaf room. I couldn't duplicate it twice because I'm using other space. So, well, actually, I'm not using the space. As you can tell, I'm already using the space up above because we fall down, you see. But the thing is that what we got to do is trick some jumps here. And it's actually easier to do it when you're smaller. If you want to try again, you can obviously climb back up and try again. Which I'm going to try and do, because I'm pretty sure I can do this. Oh, don't... No! God's sake, every time I hold the run button. In fact, you know what? I don't want this. Thank you. Oh, that made him turn. Wasn't expecting that. Don't want to be chucking fireballs. I shouldn't have taken Flowey's power. No, that's the wrong donut block. That's how you do it! These 2 rocks are fighting each other because they're not the right ones. Could you press the block for me, good sir? Thank you. This is the checkpoint before Nabster Blook, who's just chilling in the blocks there. What we've got to do is bait him out. That'll do. I'm going to slide right underneath you, get past you. There we are. Don't even need to disturb his slumber. The 3 froggets don't really give you anything. Just here. This is the room with 6 pits. What we need to do is search for what we are after here, which is a switch to continue. I don't mean to keep picking him up. I'm trying to get onto here, get past the thing, so I can make it to the next bit. Nabster Blook, how dare ye! It's fine. Don't hold the run button. Or you can press the switch. It just gives us free passage through the rest of the room. And this is the corridor that twists. You have to hit the right button. I mean, it doesn't really matter if you don't, but the right button will have the key in order to go onwards. This repeats, obviously, 3 times. This is the right one. And this time it's the middle one. And we got a P-switch. And this is the final split. It's actually faster to go through the 2D than it is in the top-down 2D. We can go take the balcony, which, once again, that block would be a frogget. And, yeah, because they're not hostile ones, so I just put them as blocks. This is the balcony, overlooking Toriel's home. And we can hit the ticker tape at the top for a free 1-up. A If we went through the pipe below, well, that's where we would have been. Would have been a lot harder to make the jump, if that. So that is the ruins. We've just completely demolished them, so that's a thing. But now we've got Toriel's home. Yeah, very short for the ruins. I was able to squeeze it all in one level. So that's the idea. With the single level that I did in Mario Maker 1, I might go back and re-upload it just so it's a bonus or something. I'll just refer to it, because as I've been mentioning it, that's a thing. But, yeah, I was able to stretch it all out into their own separate levels instead of one condensed level, you know. But then that's how you can make a genocide level work, and it didn't have worlds. So this is the room that Toriel gives you. Every time you sleep, get a bit of butterscotch pie. You got 3 servings. So, use them wisely. This is the door you can never go in. I've actually done a little bit of a secret with that door, which you'll see in a bit. It's non-canon, obviously, but it's not even in the actual game. So this is supposed to be Toriel's room. We can loot her sock drawer, the little nest, how scandalous. Yeah, but there's not much that we can actually do in our house, so I guess we'll just try to leave. Oh, she was waiting for us. Well, we're gonna have to take her out, and that wasn't good. If you need a flea, you can go get another mushroom before you lose some 1-ups, but, you know, it's not ideal. There we are, we defeat her, we get the key. Now, what we're supposed to do is use the key in front of us, but you might have recalled that we just saw a locked door that we could never go in, even in the original Undertale game. This is a secret. You will have to fight Undertale. You'll have to fight Toriel again in order to get out, but you're not totally screwed. You enter the room you're not supposed to enter, you get another key, so you don't have to fight Toriel again, but she will have recovered. You also get a big old 50 coins, so that gives you yet more chance for 1-ups. And I normally keep the 1-ups in the levels, like if I put any secretive 1-ups in the level, to a minimum of 3, because that's what it would be in the Mario challenges, the endless Mario challenges. So that's the idea behind that. Screw you, Flowey. You're not turning me to the dark side today. And this is the exit to Snowdin. This is the ruins entrance. Now, it would be nice if you could actually change this animation, but I know it's part of the world, because they don't expect you to make it coherent. They just blast you off to the next world, but I guess it makes sense. I enter at the right side, so... But yeah, as you can see as well, I've tried to look at the top head map of the locations in Undertale and make the world map based off of that from what I can fit in. I know that Snowdin goes more to the left, but, you know, I had to put it down because that area is just Snowdin. Let's just say that. So that's kind of the idea there. And I've also made the secret Toby Fox room that I've still never accessed into another item house. But, you know, we got to get there yet. So, we're on the path to Snowdin. Snowdin Town, where we're going to meet the Skeleton Brothers. The Bone Brothers. So, we leave, get the mushroom. Hang on a minute, Sans is everywhere. Down, boy. Down, boy, I said. Down, boy! There we are. Cathartic, if you know what I mean. Haha! And now we've got a bunch of enemies around the place. Yeah, this seems fun. I mean, this is where you have your first true amount of battles. So, yep, some enemies are going to be around. This is the doggo that would see you if you move. But in this case, you just want to go quick so he don't see you. This is the snowman on the hill. You can use this snowball as a health point, so that's kind of the idea there. You can try and jump on top of the trees. It doesn't really matter too much. But I try to make it so you're not supposed to. This is the ice pond right before it. That's why I've done this. And yeah, Papyrus's first puzzle, where he solves it for you himself. So we'll just go grab a bunch of coins here. I'm actually a bit weak, but there's plenty of health. Because this is the snowman. This is the snow cone dude. And this is supposed to be, yep. Use that, snowball to shoot it into the hole when you get a bunch of money. You can also break the block yourself if you're strong enough, because Frisk probably wasn't strong enough. No more money. We good. Those are the two doggo houses that say him and her, I believe. I did not mean to do that. That's a bit of a problem there. That's fine, because I can just go get the checkpoint. Not supposed to jump up here really, but you know, 2D. You angle your jumps. So, yeah, this is him and her. And this is what we're supposed to do in order to get past, is to beat them, because they block you off with spikes. In this case, we need to just turn the spikes off. So, they're hidden in the trees. There's the switch. We'll whack that switch, we can get through. And there we are. That's one part of Snowdin done. Because that is pretty much the main boss beforehand. I put the checkpoint right at the very end there, so you can try getting past them and find the switch as much as possible. Obviously, I know what I'm doing because I made the levels, so... You know, I'm going to probably have a lot more lives than you, but that's kind of the idea. I never understand the idea with this. I just mash all buttons and hopefully get more. There we are, 5 up. It seems random. I mean, my brother always thinks that it's random. I don't know if it's supposed to be how fast you mash the buttons, mash multiple buttons, or use a turbo controller. I don't know. It's weird. It just seems to give you only 1 up, just a random amount of 1-ups, mostly 1. But yeah. We are now on puzzling slip-ups. I didn't actually read. And we've got Papyrus again! Look at him, he's huge! And he's also got his face here. Want to whack that. That didn't do nothing. Now, obviously you can't get through, but you can go over. If you actually do nail the jump, you can, well, you know, just skip the barricade completely. But, you know, that's just a thing that Papyrus is terrible at making puzzles of. Not saying that he is terrible, but, you know, oh my god, he turned the other way. That is not what I was expecting. I thought I fixed that, and he still faces you. I'll have to fix that again. Tested this as well! Let me have a look one more time. Oh, it's because he walks into his brother, that's why. Yeah, and that's why he turns around. But at least you're given a bit of time to react, because last time, when I built the level, he spawned on top of the door, so if you went through the door to refresh this puzzle, or if you got yourself stuck in the middle, you'll be able to get to the other side. That was kind of the problem. Yeah, so what the idea there was that you would get all the coins, but you don't have to. Actually... This is the flatlined maze puzzle. Again, Sans. Another one. This is where all the snow poffins are. The snow poffs, that's what they're called. And yeah, that's where these were all the snowmen and stuff. This is the snow papyrus and snow sands down here, right before you go behind the mountain. In this case, we're going to go in the mountain. And this is the same mountain where Toby Fox's hidden room is. And this is the ice puzzle. Just showing that if you do actually put a helmet on, you are not screwed out. Come on. Thank you. It wouldn't fall. But yes, this is the ice puzzle that you got to slide through in order to hit all the switches. I pretty much put all the switches as coins here, but what you will need to do is shoot the shell up there, and it slides all around there for you. Get the key. So that we can actually continue through the mountain. Well, that wasn't intended. But now we have a cape, so bye-bye everybody. Never mind. He threw the bone right before I hit him. These are all the snow poffs, because this is Greater Dog. And all we need to do is dodge Greater Dog, so that we can go on onwards. Because in Undertale, you are able to get past him without fighting him, if you still have the stick as an item and not as a weapon. You can play fetch with him. I think I did that in MLP. Because we were going for true pacifist. But Luigi's just going neutral, because that's the only route, so it's fine. Into Toby Fox's room, earlier than we should be. Catch and win! Because he likes his bullet hells. I'll probably not do every single one of these minigames, because now I have actually shown all 3 minigames. The slides, the balloon, and now this. But it depends on how many lives I actually have. I might do them all. Not too sure. It does eat up a bit of time, though. You, Smegger! Oh, wow, I lost at the very end. He just did nothing but powers. And yeah, that's the only time you see weird Mario. Waluigi Mario? I don't bloody know. Yeah, he's not in this. He's not in Mario Maker 2. I know I haven't made many videos on Mario Maker 2. I haven't revived custom courses or anything because I had more ideas for what Mario Maker 1 offered, especially in terms of the amiibo costumes, but not this one. So we're almost at Snowdin, but we have to go through Papyrus's Gauntlet of Terror. So what we want to do before we head off is grab a bit of health, because we're going to have to go. Banzai! So it's quite accurate to the start, but obviously I had to elaborate on it, so it kind of goes off a bit. Oh, you... Wow. That happens in normal Mario games. I make a jump to get over a bullet bill cannon, and it fires right before I get past it. That works out. Aha! Papyrus and Sands, let's turn off their machine. And yeah, look, the machine's gone. I built it so that you can actually deactivate the machine. And there we are at Snowdin. Through the gates. Let's see what we can stock up with before we continue onwards. Welcome to Snowdin Town. Welcome to Nigerigan Castle. Right, we're gonna go mushroom again then, I guess. There we go, I actually nailed it. It's easier to nail it in this game than it is in Mario 3. Even though I just realised that that's not the, it is definitely the Mario 3 colours, because it's NES style, not Super Nintendo style. I'm surprised that's not like a DLC pack or something for this, because we still only have Super Mario 3D World as an optional, as like a bonus theme, an extra theme. So I don't know. Anyway, you might wonder where this leads. This is supposed to be the point where you would get the river person, but unless there is another update so that you can have a warp system, like a cannon that you can just go to another world. I can't use this, and it would be also nice if you could use that to warp to a point in a world as well, so you can go backwards to the world if you wish, because that would be bloody awesome, but you can't really do that, so it's just there because it's part of the map. Bonetrousle. You hear the truceling of bones, but we gotta reach the goal with Super Mario, because if you remember in Undertale, when you go against Papyrus here in the snow fields leading up to Waterfall, if you reach 1 HP, he will capture you. It's not like if he actually defeats you, it's if you get too weak. So we don't want to show weakness. So we need to keep our mushroom in order for him to allow us passage. So yeah, these aren't sands, these are literally just here to spawn extra bones to be chucked. I didn't do that right, and of course that's right after the mushroom. A lot of people have trouble with that. I mean, Meryl, as well as Master Aarron. Actually, he playtested every single one of these levels, as a matter of fact, so props to him. But yeah, this is supposed to be difficult. It's supposed to be the first difficult fight you have, really. I didn't make any of the tracks curved. I didn't think I needed to. But yeah, it's basically just a gauntlet of dodging bones. Yeah, and you can't take out Papyrus. Well, I got a little bit further. I took the high road. I have the high ground. It's over, Papyrus! I have the high ground! Well, I got the mushroom now, so it's fine. But this is where it gets a bit crazy. We need to hang back for a bit so we have the most time to dodge. Right, we gotta time this. You can thread that needle. Oh, I mistimed it. If we get past that P, we would have made it, but I didn't have a mushroom, so I would have been screwed anyway. I will admit, I tend to die on this level quite a bit. But it is supposed to be difficult, as I mentioned. And plus, I have 15 lives too, it's not a problem. If you have also noticed during these levels, I have been putting in sound effects, music, and even special effects to enhance the mood. Because, you know, as you'd expect. Why do I keep doing that? Every time I play this level, I have a method to the madness. But then it's like, I forget what that method was. If you get what I mean? Right, I'm going to try and get ahead this time. Knock you out. That was a bad spot. Okay, I'm screwed. Yep, because that was the very end. Of course. So, that would have been the end. I would have made it. The lazy bone comes over. We'll just dodge that. But because I didn't finish as Super Mario, I didn't beat it. So, I literally lost my mushroom at the last possible moment, pretty much. Since I had to restart, I'll show you a trick. You can just continuously bounce off him all the way. If you're good enough on doing it. Because if you're not strong enough, you can't really kill him. I mean, you could try, but he'll take a beating. Oh, well. Can I go back and get the mush? Oh, hell yeah! I don't normally take that route. I do not know what I was going for there. I was going for to go ahead, but I didn't actually do the thing. I went past the mushroom. I put these mushrooms so you actually have a chance. As I said, I'm not exactly the best at this. This is probably one of my difficult levels. And they do say that if you can't beat your own level, then you probably want to make it a little bit easier. But the thing is, the key is to, well, do the jumps in a very specific order. But I just didn't do that. Oh, come on, really? That works out better. It's this bit. It's always that bit. I did the jump too high. So, I failed a few times, and I think this is a good time to actually show off the alternate way I'm doing this level. If you take out Papyrus at the very start, with a spin jump, then you don't have to worry about it. Of course, that breaks the level, because, you know, the music ain't going to play now. But it is one less big obstacle to dodge. Because you can take out these attack spawners that he set up for us. And by doing so, that gives us a little bit more free way to get through. That was stupid. But you get what I mean. It's the idea is that he lets you through. You just gotta get through the rest of the stuff he set up. It happens in your game, so why not? It's just the final buzzsaw that gets me, and it's roughly around here. We need to do like a high jump over the bone, and then get past that guy, jump over that, and there we are. That's how we do it. That's how you, well, do the easy mode of the level. Kind of needed to show that off at some point, and that was a near miss. It was mostly easy levels, and then we have a hard boss to finish off with. You get loads of chances for one-ups on the way, so you should have ample opportunity. And remember, Papyrus is the first true obstacle of the game, Undyne being this, not really the second, but she is built up to be a threat, and she chases you throughout of the entirety of Waterfall, which this is not. This is only one half of Waterfall. I had to split it up into 2 worlds, so that sounds fun. Waterfall. So we've entered Waterfall. We've got the waterfalls. And this is where Sand's little shack is, along with another determination point. I forgot to put the halo light in there, the glory sound effect in there. But oopsie poopsie, it's one minor thing. And this is supposed to be the waterfall where blocks are falling down, but I didn't want to like try and make them go back to the top, so I just made them do this like they do in traditional Mario games. And yeah, it does look like you could get crushed, which is kind of the idea. However, if you come down here onto this little raft, rafters, I guess, that are underneath, so if you do get pushed off, that's a thing. I put a switch here, so you can actually get into the secret, well, the secret in the waterfall. I think Toby's a fan of, Zelda. As you saw there, I didn't actually make it because no blocks were in position at the time, but there is a invisible block, and I do want to show that off, so I'm going to click start over, and I'm just going to quickly make my way back over there. Won't take long. It's literally right here. I did not want to get the one up. That was because there's a thing about starting over. It doesn't actually eat up your lives, which is a bit weird. So I don't know. Hit that invisible block. Oh my god! I almost got crushed. No, I don't believe it. I couldn't actually get in because the block stopped me. God damn it! I'm gonna cut. I know you guys might want to see failure, but at the same time, we got the whole world to cover, so I need to, you know, chop it down as much as I can, so it's watchable, because otherwise if you see the same level multiple times. Yeah, you would normally get the, what is it, the ballerina shoes here, so since this is an attack, I thought I'll give people the option. Just need to put this in a place where I can whack it, there we are. We don't really need the P switch, so I'll just leave that. That's just so you can't get stuck in the cave. It would be nice if you can make, like, one side of the door, like, P-switch only. That was close. That was undone a papyrus. They would have saw us if we moved. You just feel with determination of surviving that. We got the plants, the water plants, that would form lilies that we can walk across the water. Find the switch in order to do that. Oh boy! Undyne's patrolling the area, so is Papyrus. Let's just hit the button and get away quick! And now we're in the big watery area where we have to do the same thing again. If you go down there, I mean, there's just a sign down there if you do use the lily pads to do that. So I put a little coin down there just as a bonus. We got to find the switch. That is where you get the quiche. Where Sans wasn't ready for the responsibility. This one's supposed to be the bell one. That's why I just have that there. We do have the P switch. I mean, we're supposed to use it here as well. But if we just take it down this way to go get the quiche, we can make a way across. And the quiche is just a 50. But there's also a P switch, a P door here. If we go through the P door, it actually takes us up here, so you don't have to try and get back. Although you can get P switches there anyway, but we don't need it. So just take Sans' little shortcut. Look for the red in the telescope, and we find the answer to continue onwards. And that's that. That's that level done. But that's only one segment. We dodged Undyne and Papyrus. They were searching for us, but I mean, Papyrus at that point is just trying to save face, as we already know. So, but looks like we got some trouble up ahead. I couldn't move for a second there. I was pressing right. My controller wasn't responding, and this is a wired controller. It's the one I use on PC for Hat in Time, so that was a bit odd. I was pressing right, and I wasn't going right. Run! Which, you know, is actually the name of the theme. Funnily enough, I got crushed! The idea is that we're going along the bridge. Because it would have been a flat plane in a 2D perspective, I had to put bumps there to replicate the effect of weaving in and out. And these are all supposed to be Undyne spears. And yeah, they can crush you. So you've got to move fast. You've got to get a very good jump on that little bend there. But once we make it, we're safe. But just dodge Monster Kid, because he'll trip you up at the very end. You can use this block if you so wish to go get better points. I think a spin jump is in order. I didn't hit the tape. But we escaped from Undyne! For the first time, because that's not the only time that we actually do that. Ah, respite. So this is supposed to be the where the nice cream guy is, where he gives you the receipts to get extras. Ah, I mistimed the final one. God damn it. He's got 2 mouths. It's got a double chin. It's got a fat chin. It's a fat star. Not a grand star. Not a granddad, as it were. But yeah, this is supposed to be the corner where, you know, you meet Sans, and he wants you to look in his telescope and get a pink eye or whatever. And, you have the little cave where the nice cream guy is, and that's what that, one-up house was supposed to be. For the next one, we're going through the Rainy Passage. So, if you know what it is, like, after the fact, what it is that we're going along a lot of rafters and islands that pretty much lead us to, Onion Sun. But the thing is that we've got to avoid the water, because you're not supposed to touch the water in Undertale, or you can't, so that's why it's poison here. Plus, the theme fit, and I wanted to have the water in some manner, but I didn't want it so you could actually swim in it. And because it lowers down and raises back up again, it actually gives you the opportunity to go through that secret area, which that 50 coin that we grabbed was supposed to be the tutu, I think it was. Or did I get the tutu and the ballet shoes mixed up? They're both part of the same set, you know what I mean? So we'll come through here. There's Onion-san. Hello there. The little octopus that just meets us for whatever reason. It's the statue. And it played a little tune for us. I know it didn't sound exactly the same, but it gives us the rough idea. If we come into this cave, we have a piano to play. If we play the tune... Oh, whoops. Okay, you know what? I'm going to try and do this properly. Right, start now. There we are. We played the tune correctly, and we opened the way to a secret room. Dog residue. It's spewing, but it gives us health and makes us healthy. Yes, so don't ask me why. Maybe we'll think of it as dog salad instead, because eating dog residue doesn't sound too pleasant. So yeah, you can come back here anytime in order to get a bit of health if you so wish. As long as you can come back. It would also be nice if you could have a setting where it's like, you know, you can actually carry over power-ups from one level to the next if they're the same style. Because if you've noticed, I'll put that on because it's supposed to be the umbrella. I'm going to go through the Rainy Passage. But yeah, it would be nice if you could actually, like, have it carry over power-ups, because from one level to the next to the same style, because if you've noticed, I've made all these levels in the Super Mario World style to be consistent with not only the map style, the title screens of the world, the music, it just fits to be consistent, so that was the idea. Also, it's like a Super Mario World ROM hack in that respect, just without any of the additional special effects and code. But yeah, we made it through the Rainy Passage. We jumped up the ledge. That monster kid would normally help you up. That's why there are now springs there. But now we've got to run again. Looks like we're about to drop here. Maybe that was intentional. It's an ambush! Run! Undyne's below and she's shooting. That block actually nailed me. And we've only got a minute to escape, so you can take a little bit of a cheeky shortcut there, you're not supposed to. But yeah, we pretty much got to find our way out of this mess before she catches up and stops our escape. Make our way down these 2 pipes, do not keep going to the right, because if you try to take a flying leap, you will fall into the bottomless abyss and not land in the junkyard for a safe landing. Now, it seems like the spears aren't actually hitting us at the moment. They seem like they're just going to do their own thing, but don't worry, they'll catch up. Well, we'll catch up with them soon enough. Here they are. This is the big old area where you just have to navigate in order to reach the end. This is where they all drop in order to stop you from trying to just run out. And then Undyne's chasing us. She's pushing us away. Flee! We just landed barely into the yellow flowers of the junkyard. You see how it all fits? And because we fell down, we have fallen below this part of Waterfall. So by getting launched, into the junkyard. We're now in the second half of Waterfall. It's the only world that I had to split into 2 worlds. Or the only zone that I had to split into 2 worlds. Because so many things happen in Waterfall. It's also widely spread that I couldn't make the map that wide. So I had to split it up a bit. But it's fine. But before we can even leave the junkyard, which is a bit of a weird junkyard because it's just nothing but waterfalls, which, you know, makes sense. It's a bit tranquil. Got a bunch of rubbish right here. It's perfectly fine. We have ourselves a little checkpoint here. And now, because we've survived death a bunch of times, we now actually have the determination right. We can come back here for health whenever we need. Here's the ice cooler. It gives us another method of attack. We might want to take that. Oh no, it's the man dummy! Yeah, and he's got all of his cohorts. You're all useless! I've got knives! Well, guess what, mate? I've got a cape. So, I'm going to take that. And what we've actually got to do is wait for a chance to give him a hefty whack to get through. That didn't work. But it's fine, though. And if you think that you could just, you know, tank a hit and go through, the door behind him is locked because, you know, he's the mad dummy. He's going to block your path. So we're going to have to get the key from him. And I put these ice cubes here because not only is it the cooler, but it also gives you the opportune moment to actually grab the thing. So you can actually wait for a chance to get in there and whack him, but it's incredibly difficult. But there is another trick on doing so. What you want to do is get a running start. I didn't do it right. You definitely need to get a running start, though. Do that! You need to dive bomb into them so that you do the recovery spin jump, which, while invincible, you can whack him. Because normal attacks don't work on the guy, if you remember. You have to turn his own attacks back at him. So if he's invincible, in a sense, you've got to be invincible. It's clever, that. I think it's clever, anyway. It may be a bit too obtuse, but... And it may be spoilers, because I'm telling you how to do it, but... Yep, we got past the mad dummy, and now we are at... Well, not only at Undyne's house, but mostly Napstablook and Gerson's. So let's go visit Napstablook. And he's got a ghost sandwich for us, which we should be able to devour, since, you know, Luigi's probably had a cup of that green solution from EGAD. That's my head cannon. Oh, come on! I keep messing the final one up. Wouldn't want the ones on the sides either. Oh well. I'm not very good at the slots even in the original game anyway. It's normally just a chuck away thing. But you've got 2 chances for it, so... I think I got the... No, I didn't get the flower on that one. There we go! I'm not that terrible. So once again we have a bridge down here. Yeah, I used the space theme just because it visually fit the theme. Although, you know, when you're... in the void, you're kind of on a cloud, but that's not a problem. This bridge is supposed to be where you would hop onto the, take the river person again. So, this is my idea for when you would warp to this world, you would start here. Then again, in Mario games, when you warp to a world, you start at the beginning anyway. But it's only 1 level, so it's not that big of a problem. But now we must go onwards, past Gerson's, past Temmie Village. We gotta do the mushroom dance. Evidence to the contrary, there's not actually that many mushrooms here, but that's because they're power-ups from Mario and Luigi, Toad and Toadette. So, you know, in the Mario games, that's not the case. So we've just gone through the waterfall area there. And now we've got to go through the dark passage, where, you know, you would hit the mushrooms and they would show you the way. Which is what this note block's supposed to be. You activate the mushroom, it shows you the way. So yeah, it's just basically a dark maze level. That's why that was just a normal pathway to it, because, well, there is, with a few information signs, but you can't have information signs on Super Mario Maker 2, so that's kind of a problem. So, yeah. If you saw at the start, we need to actually whack this switch, because if we jump up here quickly, you can see that... Nope, actually I can't. But there were red blocks that were blocking us from going the way, because you're intended to come down here in order to do that. Plus, if we go down to Temmie Village quick, we'll get a bit of health, because... Gotta have them 10 flakes! There we are, that'll do it. And I made this wide enough so you can go through, but obviously this is a vertical room, so I actually did run out of room. Also, by hitting the on and off switch, it makes your light radius smaller, but that actually does work out for the best, because we're not going to have many more opportunities for light, and it's going to not only get more narrower, because I was running low on space, but it's still wide enough for a super character to go through. But it also works to make it more claustrophobic. So that was kind of the idea there, and that's why all these donut platforms are here, so you can actually navigate. It's pretty much what it would have been. It's pretty much exactly what it is top down. I've just translated it into a 2D plane. And again, going back to the Papyrus battle, it actually makes a lot of sense doing it the way I did. Making it side-scrolling, chucking bones at you, because, I mean, his soul power pretty much turns that into a side-scroller, so, in terms of the battle anyway. So let's go down here, activate this mushroom, there we are. Yeah, they're hidden as well, because again, it's dark, it's more narrow. I know the way. Do you know the way? I know the way, because I'm through. Look at that. And if it looks messy, it's supposed to be. So, this is where Undyne would see us, which is why we've got the heartbeat. We would hide here, but there's nothing going on here. Not even a hidden block or anything, because that's the wrong way. We've got to climb up here. There's Monster Kid, we'll just dodge you. And now we've made it to the gate. To Hotland, effectively. Where we've got to deal with Undyne once more, because she's going to be blocking our exit. And I'm already up to an hour in recording, not barring cuts. So let's hop in here. This is supposed to be Temmie Village. I just mash all 4 face buttons. See, look, this time I only got one up instead of 5. And I did the same thing as before, so it just seems random. I don't know if it is time related or if it's about like how many button presses you actually do. I don't know. It's unexplained. But hey, we're here. For the Spear of Justice. Reach the goal of defeating at least one blooper. Don't try to actually defeat Undyne. You know what happens if you've played Undertale before. Right now, we've just got to do another running away, because that's the method of the game. We've got to dodge her attacks. She's a lot more ruthless this time, although the floor this time is flat, because it is a flat escape corridor, I guess. It's a corridor just to Hotland. It's fine, you just got to dodge the attacks as much as you can. You can get crushed. It's happened to me a bunch of times. This is where it gets ridiculous. There's probably twice as many projectiles as there were before, but now there's a second round as well. Notice that there is a pipe there. Like an additional pipe we can't go into. That's there for reasons. Welcome to getting squished, apparently. Hotland, and here's Undyne. We can take her out right now if we so wish. Hi, Sans. Bye. Hi, buddy. How's it going, Undyne? Fuck off. How rude. And she faints because of the heat. And that's how you get your 1 kill. This is supposed to be the ice cooler that teases her. It's like she drops right before reaching it. And this is supposed to be the lift that would take us higher, but as you can tell, it's locked, so we're not allowed to take the lift. And we're in Alphys's lab. Now, if you did not have the clear condition available by letting Undyne faint by going into the pipe too quick, if you take that pipe to try and go onwards into Hotland further past the laboratory, you'd actually have to go through the Welcome to Hotland corridor again. Because then Undyne will respawn and be fighting you again, and, you know, then you can actually get the kill. You just gotta keep on redoing the final segment because you didn't do it right. That was kind of the idea. I didn't want to put a spike here, because then you would have had to do the whole level again. So it's kind of like a checkpoint in a way, without actually putting in a checkpoint. Because if I, you know, want the clear condition, I can't have a checkpoint, so that was kind of the workaround. Master Aarron actually suggested that. The pipe was already there to begin with in order to make the level, but he suggested to use it if that was the case, instead of using a spike block to kill yourself. Or, you know, pressing start and clicking start over. But anyway, regardless of all that, we are now in Hotland, and we are in Alphys's lab right now, so why don't we actually, you know, get something for that if we are so lucky. There we are, this time I got a 3-up. I don't know what determines it. It's been baffling me and my bro. Maybe I should look it up, but then again, I think we've tried and we just couldn't find any info. Anyway, Fire enemies abound in Hotland. Hotland level 1 sounds bland. It's because it is. It's what it's called. It's pretty much the entirety of the first floor of Hotland. You got the 2 conveyors here. We've got to dodge the fire guys, because they are fire guys. I mean, these fire bars are also supposed to represent enemies, but they just fit the theme more because they're fire type. So by getting through that shenanigans, we have ourselves another checkpoint here. And we have the fans, where Frisk uses to auto-jump across the world, because you can't walk over ledges. Of course, being, you know, Jumpman's brother here, just ride them. Just run into them and ride them. Some of them you will have to jump out of, but if they look close together like this in a line, just like what that shell was doing, you just ride it. You can do the same here as well. Ride it. There we are. And we're supposed to go up this way in order to make it over there, which is a big jump in Undertale, so we're going to actually have to launch ourselves with it. But if we just go in this direction, we can go get ourselves the frying pan. So why don't we actually go do that? There we are. Come back over this way. Wish! Got you out of the way. You can actually make it without him being in the way. So it's just because I was doing the other stuff. We got the lasers that Alphys would help you with. So she's turned them on and off, alternating. Actually, no. Does she help you with it? No, she just warns you about this one. The one that I'm thinking about, though, she turns them on and off, is in the core. And yeah, I did do that as well. Just that these ones kind of alternate. Like, you got to walk through them. So in this case, it just slows you down to try and get through. Once we have, there we are. We've now got the freeway. We've got to open the door by doing the 2 puzzles, so why don't we go do the left one first? Yeah, the Koopas here are supposed to represent the inhabitants that are hanging around the place. Because apparently Hotland is the hot attraction. Also, yeah, the idea here was that this is where you would get your... I would try to make it so that, you know, the enemy, like, I would have an on and off switch, so that you would turn the blocks on and off to try and kill the enemies and drop a red coin. But when I realised that you couldn't drop, well, pink coins, excuse me, not red in this game, that wasn't a thing you could do, so I turned it into, well, it is actually an Undertale, a shooting game, and the donut ring is to stop you from going up there, but it does allow shells to pass through, and it's also your aiming reticle in a way. That's where you want to aim to shoot. Like that. So you get the 2 red coins, we get the key, so that we are able to, you know, shoot our way up. I jumped with it, that was not what I meant to do. Okay, I forgot that I am big. Oh shit. That is not what I wanted to do. If you are big, you have to crouch in order to get into the doorway, which is a little bit of a problem, but I ran out of... Because I didn't want to go overflowing to another screen, because it kind of ruins, you know, this setup. Even though it is on a separate layer, it ruins some of the setups of other bits, so that was kind of the idea there. That's not helpful, actually. Can you get out of there, please? Oh, no. Okay. That didn't work out well at all. I'm starting to see a few flaws in my design. It's fine, though. You got plenty of lives. I've got 18. Let's get a running start. Just let it carry me. There we go. And then Hawooshki, Hawoosp. Get over here. Hawooshki. That did not work out well. I could have bounced on him, but I didn't think to do so. You know what? I'm fine with that. Because if you're small, you can get into that door where it launches you into. If you're big, you got to crouch when you go upwards without pressing the jump button. It's a little bit weird how that being bigger makes you more floaty when it should be the other way around because you got more mass, but these guys can jump like a decent 6 feet in the air, so what do I know? Nintendo logic. Since I gotta do the 2 puzzles again, I'm just gonna cut since I just realised I'm just redoing things. Unless I spin jump but not actually land on the bastard. There we go, that time I actually knocked him out. Yeah, because look, if you're small, you land right in here, but if you're big, you kind of go too far unless you crouch. I don't know why, because that gap is perfectly the right size, so you wouldn't get launched that high, but I'm guessing maybe the tip of your cap brings you up into the one above, so whatever. I'll take a helmet, because I accidentally took a hit when I landed on the platform to get into the pipe. That's why these conveyors are here. Pretty much is exactly how it is in the original game. Main game? Whatever. See, look, that guy, he can catch you out. That's what happened in the other area. In fact, it's easier to do that instead of trying to nail the jump. So, do that. A little bit of a trick for you. I mean, that side is bottomless. Phew! That was not what I wanted to do. That is what I wanted to do. So give me that key, please. There we are. Oh, and this is the big old jumps in order to get a Metaton, so we'll just let it carry us. MTT TV! And he's chucking stuff at us already. That's Metaton right there. Let's turn the oven off, because we don't want to be cooked. Ah, no! One of his clones! Run away! And I jumped right over the goddamn thing. How do I manage? I'm not the best at Mario, as you're well aware. Even on my own levels, I have a little bit of trouble. But hey, if difficulty is subjective, which it is, I want it a little bit challenging. I mean, I've still got 18 lives. I'm not exactly burning them. Burning them because I'm in Hotland. Funny. But hey, that's Undertale. That's I keep saying Undertale. It is Undertale. That is Hotland level 1 in Undertale, and we've got Sans' shack here. So why don't we go and see if we can play a little bit of luck. Yeah! It's probably one of the very first, one of the few times I've actually got the star. I'm actually chuffed with that. Alright, fight me. So, that was supposed to represent the 2 knights that fight you on level 2. Also, by the way, you know, even though we just got something from Sans, he keeps on going. So he just keeps spitting mushrooms at you, because it's like, you want another hot dog? It's only 30G. And he just like, it makes it sky high. This is the puzzle where we got to hit all 3 switches in a row, otherwise we fail. The reason being is because if you don't hit that one, you get locked out, so you have to go for a second round. But we don't need to do that, so... This is the multiple vent section, where, you know, if you fail, you gotta go back to the beginning, because you gotta do it in a specific way, and that's what that is down there. In this case, you don't really have to do it in a specific way, it's just that if you fail, just go back, just takes you back without dying. So, I did do the jump. What's going on here? I am doing the jump, it's just not doing it. Yeah, and I made it icy so you could potentially slip. You can't really take any route here. It's just that if you mess up, you fall. There's our checkpoint. Because, you know, we got these guys. Metaton's going nuts with bombs there. Oh, Jesus. Okay, that was timing. Yeah, watch out for that cannon up above. So what we're supposed to do is, you know, get past all the bombs in order to turn off the big old switch. That's kind of the idea. Take out... I was holding up, actually, game. Oh. Okay. Okay, I keep hitting the goddamn switch. That's not exactly what I'm after. Right. Pop. Oh, it went too high up. Okay, give me that. You can just barely grab the switch. And what you're supposed to do is go around, up with those fans in order to get up and around. You can make that jump, though. I have done it before. That was stupid of me. I should have just went. I would have been fine then. But yeah, I kind of built this area to be like similar to how it is in the original Mario Brothers when it comes to Hammer Bros, like the similar setup. But this time you can't knock them from underneath, because they are literally trying to stop your forward progression. But, you know, you can just go right by them. Use this shell to knock out a whole bunch of bombs. We can get... Oh, God. Oh, the bomb took it. Feckin' hell. I didn't see him at the top of the screen there until I got hit by him. I only made these guys big to make them look intimidating because they are supposed to be big, but not fat big. Yeah, this is just supposed to be that one NPC that's on the corner. That was close. So yeah, it's just nothing but fireworks here. Oh! That's what I wanted to do, but not slide into the big old bomb. So, if I grabbed that switch and then had the chance to press it, yeah? I would have been able to actually escape that zone. Oh, you bastard. That's not what I wanted at all. But, there is another method to the madness. If you feel like this is too much, you can play the passive route and just skip it with a perfectly timed jump. Well, there is a slight margin for error. I did jump at the edge and I was one block ahead from the edge, but if you don't do that jump right and you jump a bit too early, you're not going to make it. But yeah, you can skip MTT if you so wish. I think that's an option. Like if you take, yeah, because if you don't actually deal with any of the bombs and hit the switch, Alpha says that she just deactivated it literally at the last second and you can go on anyway. So that's kind of the idea there. But that's level 2. Level 3 is relatively short. Well, I say that. The level itself is short, but remember you got like effectively 2 boss battles at the very end. So we've just got more NPCs going about their day. That's not good. This is supposed to be Muffet's shop, and yeah, you get punished, remember? So, because things are extraordinarily pricey. But there was this one guy who gives you something. Oh, he doesn't give you something, but he has a donut, so we just steal his thing. And this is the big old contraption of all the fans, and I tried to replicate how that they would let you navigate. So the idea is that from a donut block, you just jump from donut block to donut block, and then when you're going left and right, you'd ride the waves. Or ride the air vents. Might as well get a helmet. Have the option. So, once again, we've got these puzzles to deal with, so we've got to nail the shots. Ow. Well, if that happens, you just reset the area by going in and out the door. I know this looks like a mess, but it was the best I could do. I'm not the most creative-minded. So, I want to go down this side and drop almost all the way down. That's where our ride ends, so we'll hop over this way, ride this down. Don't worry, there are donut platforms between there, you can't fall, because normally you can't, unless you go off rails. So, if you remember, that's the cactus up there that you can talk to or something, and these are the 3 lasers that you gotta, like, walk against the conveyor to actually, you know, dodge them. So that's the idea there. Banzai Bill is supposed to be the Sundra plane, but I put a little secret up here because you're not supposed to get on top of the tower. But if you bounce on it, there you gizzle. Yeah, I only put 1 red block in, so it's instead of trying to get all the coins, because I didn't think I was going to be able to do that, because you have kind of free form control. Also, anytime that you see, like, you know, an endless expanse like that, don't jump. In any of these Hotland levels, or even, like, when running away from Undyne, that's just nothing but death. So, keep that in mind. Ah! Okay. Well, yeah, we'll just ride this forward a bit. There we are, that'll do it. We can then take the doorway. And then we've got the corner before Muffet. Get ready. This is going to be ridiculous. So, I had to think about how I was going to do that. So, that big fish is Muffet and all the rest of them are spiders. And what you've got to do is climb up the spider web before the big bad gets you, which is represented by the lava, because I didn't know how else to do that. I did reach the limit on, I put a lot of items around as well, because you probably heal quite a lot in this in order to survive long enough. And if you eat, you do skip the battle, but you can't skip the battle this time. That's something I just couldn't do. Because this is in a sub-area, and there's lava, so... I mean, I guess I could have put a checkpoint at the top. Didn't think about that. But yeah, we got to slowly make our way back down. Most of the spiders would have been gone at that point. There we are, and now we're in the clear. That's why we had to hit that switch, because there was 3 blocks that were blocking us from leaving. Metaton's here again. And yeah, this is supposed to be the opera scene, and the end is literally right beyond it, but we can't go through, so we have to go through the block maze. And there's that firewall that haunts our dreams. And it is possible to get through big, but, you know, even in the original Undertale, it is pretty ridiculous. So, I actually went the wrong way at the very end. I'm supposed to go up and over. I don't know why I was trying to go through the gap there. So let me go past Muffet, and I'll meet you guys after that. It is easier going through the Metaton when you're at the Metaton section when you're smaller, but obviously that means that you have one less hit. So do with that what you will. Oh, fucking hell, man! I like how I nailed it the first try, but then I keep dying. But there we are, I made it again. Yeah, maybe I should put a checkpoint up here, so then you can just wait it out and go back down, because at least then you can still open the door. Or maybe I should put a checkpoint right before the pipe. I mean, I can change it afterwards. Obviously, these I would have made the changes before, you know, before I upload this video, so that all the levels are updated. And I actually cannot get down. This is bad. I'm going to have to go for another round if I'm not too quick, but thankfully the lava goes up and down quite slow enough, so it's manageable. Oh, oh, flipping! I did the spin jump wrong, because you can destroy him if you do that, I'm pretty sure. But hey, that makes this a bit easier now, so that's not a problem. I went the wrong way again, there we are. Whack that. And there we are. That Metaton was not happy about that. I just destroyed his set. And there we are. We are now in MTT Resort because it's a massive tower. We just walk straight in. I know it goes up a bit of stairs, but I can't change the ending set piece, so I work with what the game gives me. And now, the final level here is MTT Resort. Now, this ain't really much of a level, you can just completely skip it. And I'm going to show you that right now. First, we dodge the locals, because, you know, we don't want to be killing people here. You get a free 1-up. There are free 1-ups in this level if you so wish to grab them. If not, then you can just, you know, go straight to the core if you so wish. Nothing's stopping you from doing so. But hey, I want to show you the level, so that is what we're going to do. So, first we're going to take the left corridor to the 4 hotel rooms. If you remember, the second room is definitely yours, but there is a secret behind here, just like in the original game. So, let's go into our room first. Might as well, since we're not going to be disturbing nobody. We can see other people in their rooms. We have a P-switch. Considering it's the only areas that we're supposed to be able to access. Hey, look! Found the secret 1-up, and there's also a P-switch behind there as well in case you get stuck. So, no problem. So let's go check the other rooms that we're not supposed to. Oh boy, I invaded privacy space. He's not happy. Let's leave. And I had to put some old Dofino music in there. I'm gonna steal his wallet! I think it took his wallet. And the first door. Oh, it's just a little kid playing ball. Whacking that block to score points. Which, by the way, we're getting those coins. I mean, if you only let him do it, you only get 3. If you do it, obviously you can get up to 10, but yeah, it's just a little something. Now, if you're ready for a bit of shenanigans, you go into the dining room, and yeah, there's monsters everywhere. We had to get past the clerk. We had to take him out because we didn't have a reservation, because his reservation rules are absolutely stupid. Sans, what have you got for me? A 1-up! Thank you, good sir. Hey, it's on the house. Here. Even though we had to bump him up the butt in order to do that, that was kind of the idea. That was the table that you guys sit at. And there we are. We have all 3 1-ups. That's pretty much the level. Just a nice chill level, and you can get a 4th one if you jump at the gate. But obviously that's not a guaranteed one. There are 3 guaranteed 1-ups. So, just a little bit of a respite before the core. But that is what we are blasting into now. And there's something about the core that you should know as well. In the Let's Play, or like how most people actually do, they actually do all 3 solutions to get past the bridge, there are 3 solutions. You go do the puzzle which the leftmost mushroom is representing, which is another one of those shooting puzzles from Hotland, because you would have done 4 of them, so that would be the 5th one. You solve that, and the bridge to the right, that would take you, you know, to Metatoni X, Death by Glamour, would be available. Either that, or you take the warrior path, which is the bridge up top, and then you hit the switch behind there, and then, once again, this bridge becomes available. Or you go to the bridge, you read the sign, it tells you to wait, and if you don't do nothing for a good amount of time, just like in true Earthbound fashion, it just lets you through. So that's why that as soon as you start this world, you can go straight to the end, because nothing's stopping you. There are 2 optional levels here, and they all reward you with 1-ups if you get past them. Now, this level here isn't actually the shooting level, because otherwise it would have just been the puzzle and that would have been it. It's actually supposed to be the bridge leading up to before you enter this section, which would be this pipe here. But I didn't know where else to put it, so I just popped it here, which still kind of fits, because, you know, you got to think about it. So, I made it work with the space that I had. So, it is nighttime ice. You do not want to be running. To stop your momentum, you want to jump in the wrong direction and land. You can't skip the whole entire thing, because there are invisible blocks in the way. And Undertale does actually have invisible force fields stopping you from doing certain things, so it's kind of cool, actually. Yeah, you can't trick it out. Don't even try. I read it. There we are, got through there. I will take the hit. Let's heal up. This is where, yeah, so this bridge is pretty much where, Alphys would keep telling you to stop, go, go. So I had to make them alternate with big gaps in between. I didn't actually mean to touch that, but I slid into it with minimal force. So that was apparently enough to break the tape. I was going to jump off the block and get higher points, maybe a possible 1-up. Oh well, it's not a problem. That is probably the tougher of the 2, funnily enough. But, you know, it takes a bit of brain power to know that if you, upon landing from a jump, while, if you've turned and, like, back on yourself in the jump and then land, your momentum's mostly cancelled. So that's kind of the idea. I got 3. I was expecting 1. I don't know. Yeah, that's supposed to be just like an item that you find at the top. I think it's a Glamburger, so that was the idea. Got more catch and win because it's a shooting minigame, so I think it fits. This would be the Sage's Path, the shooting minigame that we had to do in Hotland, but you know, since it involved shooting, I thought it made a lot of sense. We've got one of every minigame here anyway. It's like the final life stock up. That's pretty much what the core is all about. It's kind of like a chuck away thing. But the harder levels are optional. And you'll see what I mean. I got 1. It's fine. I didn't have Lanky Mario from the Terror of the Lanky Mushroom. Yeah, you don't even get that in this game. So I couldn't even make like a weird level that uses the enhanced jumping ability of that mushroom. It's a shame. You don't even get like the special power-up Mega Mushrooms from that are similar to what they are in Mario Maker 1 as well. So yeah, it's just a gauntlet of enemies. Oh wow! I nailed that! Didn't mean to take a hit, but that kind of lined up perfectly for a 1-up there. I'm actually kind of happy. But yeah, it's just a gauntlet of enemies. Get past them. And then you've completed the warrior path as well, which in this case, once again, rewards you with health. It's another pop to win. Because I didn't want to do the slots. I did that faster and I only got 1-up. Are you supposed to do it evenly? A decent pace? Not as fast as possible? I don't know. I ask that question every time, I know. Broken record. Not dead record. Dead record would just be broken. I'm redundant. I can't English. But you know who else can't English? Frisk, because it's mostly silent. And we're going to have to party and show ourselves in body language that we mean business. We have to defeat 50 Mecha Koopas. Let's have a party! There was just enough on the base in order to get a 1-up. if you can keep grabbing stars before they run out, which the cannons provide you with in order to have a disco. Meanwhile, Mettaton up there is just having a party in his disco ball, while we're taking out all of his little fellas, I guess. Little buddies. Yeah, I couldn't fit burger pants anyway. Apologies for that. That's what the super mushroom was supposed to be in MTT Resort, while the 1-up was obviously supposed to be the determination spot in front of the fountain. There we are. We have all 50, and there's actually only 51 in this level, and that would be the 51st. If you didn't defeat them all while trying to go onwards, the door would be locked. And now we're in the lift. I should have made that background grating now I think about it. To signify that it is actually... oh no, it can't be grating underground, can it? I guess I could have made it hatched. No, I don't know. Something to change before this video goes public. It's only one panel change, so... But yes, we are now in New Home. And there is a pipe here that actually skips that level. We can go backwards. And because we can go both ways, we can skip right by the level if we so wish. Reason being, there's not really much to it. It's Asgore's house. You hear the story of Undertale, but I can't put comments in. Everyone else has to do that, so... You know, especially if it was Mario Maker 1, they could have done that. So that would have been a thing. But you know what, I'm showing everything else anyway, so obviously this is the lift that would take you all the way to the other side, which is the idea. But hey, we might as well play it to experience it. And this was one of the easy levels to make as well, because I could have just used, you know, Toriel's house as a blueprint, because it's pretty much exactly the same with a few minute changes. For example, this door is now locked, or this door isn't. And we normally in the original game need 2 keys to get down here, but you can't use key blocks, so I have an on and off switch, so we've got to find that. But we do need to acquire 2 things in order to do it. So, to get through there even. So, we're in Asgore's room. That would be the key. So we can go into the room we're never supposed to be able to go into. But we'll check Asriel and Kara's room first. Got a bit of butterscotch pie once again, or maybe some chocolate, who knows at this point. Got a 1-up there, that must be for Kara. Maybe her medicine. Let's use the key. It's silent. Too quiet. Well, that's what we needed to do. It's in the room we're never supposed to go in. Because I can't really, I could have implemented the kitchen, but it uses all 3 rooms. So we can leave. And then we can see New Home in the background, which, if I could add parallax objects, I would. But instead it's just looking at everything that we've seen in the distance. We enter the hall, where Sans is awaiting us. But he doesn't seem to be bothering us. Maybe it's because we're on the neutral path. He's ready to attack if we're ready to attack, but I guess we can just go onwards. And see Asgore. Yeah, this is definitely more shorter than Undertale. You don't really have the story beats, but I've tried to replicate it as much as possible. And it doesn't even take 2 hours to get through. Once again, I can't move. I can't move again. Okay, now I can move. What the heck? I don't normally have that kind of lockup. Is it because my cartridge is dusty? I don't know. Anyway, final chance for 1-ups. This is the only reason why this is here. It's not got any story-related significance. I mean, you don't really need it, so I guess I could remove it. It's a flower in a pot. It's the problem. Because, I mean, we've got 70 lives now. Mettaton just gives you everything. I mean, Mettaton's supposed to be difficult, but at the same time, it's trying to build up the numbers, and in that case, build up the 1-ups. And like I said, 1-ups at this point don't really matter, because determination, you keep retrying anyway, you have infinite tries. So that's kind of the idea. King Asgore, the final level. With 70 lives. We have to defeat a Bowser, which represents Asgore. It says Flower Garden. Well, we'll take one. Looks like we're going to have to beat him up with friendless pets. I do not want that, but that is there in case you want an optional battle strategy. It could be more useful. You could skip things. This is the big old cave, right, where everyone meets up before they leave. And this is where the barrier is. We gotta beat Asgore. And if you lose your power-up, you gotta get past him in order to get another fire flower. This is supposed to represent Flowey? Oh, shit. Oh, that's not good. That's really not good! He cornered me. Wow. That was not intended, but it is supposed to be difficult. It's got to eat up some of those lives. But yeah, I want to keep the friendliness pellets, because that is the idea. You see all those flowers, you know that flower uses friendliness pellets. Fire flowers are not exactly the best thing. But then you remember, because you might want to, like, you know, fight him with the cape, be more protective, fly about, maybe, get some high jumps. And I don't know why I didn't actually use my fire flower there. That's fine. Ah, you! There we are. He turned my fire flower into a spiny. Okay. Oh, God. Fire over here, please. Thank you. Could you stop pushing me? Game? Game? Why did he just come rushing at me at full pelt? That don't normally happen. Maybe my game is breaking. Because I couldn't move after beating the level, and now that happened. I think I should have a checkpoint here, because there technically is one. So you don't have to keep running all the way through that. But then again, you get a power-up, so I don't know. Right, let's stop beating around the bush, and let's actually beat this guy. I don't care if I suck. Asgore's supposed to be difficult. No, okay, that's a problem. We need to get close so we can get another fire flower from Flowey. Because remember, he dies by friendliness pellets. That's kind of the idea. A couple more, and he should be down. Nope. Get the flower before he bounces me away. I actually... Oh, Jesus. You can go back through the pipe if you so wish, but it would restart the fight. Oh, there we are. We took him out just in time. And there we are. We can now... The barrier is now, well, able to be walked through. And we can finally leave the underground. I did not finish on 69 lives. But yeah, that is my final anniversary for Undertale, because I literally ran out of ideas for the 6th onwards. I didn't know what to do for the 5th, but I managed to finish this just in time. And yeah, this is my final showing of love for the game that pretty much brought us all together. And, you know, its themes probably actually hold true in this year than it does in any other year. Because, you know, 2020 sucks. I have to have that in the video somewhere, because it's going to be stamped on there, because YouTube dates videos. But it's the 5th anniversary, and that fell in 2020 anyway, so there you go. But yeah, that is my anniversary for Undertale. As I said, all of the course and world IDs will be in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed this recreation of Undertale in 2D. Fully. Not in one level, but over the course of 24. With that, I'll see you guys for whatever we do next, and whenever Deltarune comes out. Chapter 2 hype. See you guys next time.